Hey, what's up? The truth is we out here. Mike, Chase, Zach, and Ben all up in here to hear a story about how a person who could not set the timer on a VCR even though it was from his generation yelled at me. So, the real Braves are playing like shit lately. They lost 4 straight now. I listened to 2 Blue Jays games today that we lost. Despite a frickin' grand slam in the 4th, we were just like that plus a home run. And then they did more than that throughout the course of the game. It was disappointing. But, I will slay the Blue Jays today, hopefully. I think I've at least won enough games to win the series here. Yeah, it's fine. They were so close to a winning record. That's the most heartbreaking thing. Is after, I think it was like the last game with the Cubs, which was 4 games ago, the first in this losing streak. They were like, well, if they win one more game, they'll be a 500, meaning they've won as many as they've lost to this point. That would be like 14-14, which is really good in baseball to win just as many as you lost. It's really annoying after being so close to 500 to lose 4 straight. Whose delay? Is my delay like 20 seconds? It shouldn't be. Unless you're talking about like the delay of me getting to Japan. Is that what you're talking about? I tuned up my delay a little bit last night. It's like 1411 milliseconds. And it's like perfect. I'm sure he's got some sort of ping bot. Lets him know. Alright, that's a clean top of the first. Oh, sure. Okay, yeah, so they show up later in Japan. That makes sense, for sure. But that's not, you know, with chat, that's doable. You just got crummy internet at home, Zach? Now batting, the right fielder, Michael Tucker. But, yeah, decent amount of people here, so I guess I'll just get into it. Had a big installation to do today. Handful of TV boxes, internet, and security. And they had an ultimate system, which typically means you get a couple of cameras, you get a keypad, you get 10 door and window sensors. But they were like, I don't want you drilling through my house to put in those cameras, which I... Woo! First one on the board here. All right. Well, you do live in a very rural area, so I guess that makes sense. I'm amazed they have internet out there. But, so anyway, they start off extremely pleasant, and they tell me, like, yeah, we don't want cameras. We don't even really want a motion detector. We have a dog. It's going to set it off. Can you just do a bunch of door window sensors, which are, like, unbelievably easy to install. You put them up there with stickers. It's hilariously easy. So I was like, wow, this is going to take forever and be easy, and then I can go home, which would be great. So, yeah, with him on second, I want him to concentrate a little bit. But, and I showed up at like 11, and the job was budgeted to take like 7 hours. So I said, tell you what, how about I get the internet and cable going, and I'll go to lunch, and then I'll come back and do the security. And they were like, okay. And the internet and cable were really, really easy in their house because all the wires were in all the right places. They were already hooked up. All I really had to do was change out a splitter. And everything came up no problem. Went to lunch. Came back and was installing everything. And it was all... Oh, that is a shame. We could have gotten more out of that. Anyway, was installing everything, and everything was going really well. And, you know, I'd said multiple times throughout the installation, I'm like, you know, on your parts, if you run into anything that you have trouble with, just let me know. And I had to ask them, you have to put in a secondary phone number in case of emergencies. And, you know, I told them, just, you know, log into the app with your information and put that number in for me. And they're like, okay. And so they try to, and then they come over and they're like, this app? I'm like, no, that's, I realize all of our apps have like the same name. You need this app. And they're like, okay. And they go to log in. They're like, it's not taking our name and password. I'm like, that's your Wi-Fi name and password. You need your account name and password. And they're like, where do we get that? And I'm like, well, when you, like, it's the password you use to log in and pay your bill. Like, I wouldn't have access to that. And they're like, well, how do we get to it? And I was like, check your emails from when you signed up, you know, that kind of thing. You know, see if there's a forgot password button, whatever. And you know, these were older folks, older redneck folks who just moved here. So they were exhausted from moving, and they're not super good at technical shit. And so, you know, I guess they were getting really frustrated, and they came over and they were like, we need to know how to log in. And I told Joe today, I was like, I got yelled at. She was like, why? And I was like, oh, just must be that Elliot charm, which is how my family is cursed with, you know, we'll say something that to us we don't mean for it to be venomous, but it comes off like absolutely lethal. And honestly, I don't think it was even that bad in this case. Ooh! 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 Get out of here to straightaway center! Damn. Yes, I am winning. Joe showed up. Hi. I don't know if they can hear you so quiet. Perhaps that is your aim. But anyway, so they come up to me and they're like, hey, how do we get into this? We don't know what the login is. And I repeated myself, and I swear the worst it must have been is like, I don't have access to that information. And the dude just came uncorked, and he just goes, listen, motherfucker, you told me that if I had any problems, I could talk to you about it, and you would help me out. Now, we don't know where this information is. And I was just like, whoa, 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 6 feet, dude, 6 feet. And he was like, 60? And I was like, no, 6, you're very close to me right now. I need you to back up. And also, I am canceling your install, and I'm leaving. And, you know, he like stalked me around like the dude in the Twisted Tea video. He's like, I'm 6 feet from you. I'm 6 feet from you. And he's, you know, like 4.5 feet from me and maintaining that distance. And if I had been a dude in a convenience store with a Twisted Tea, I would have hit him right in the face. But basically I was like, look, I don't have to do anything for you if you're going to speak to me that way. And amazingly, I was able to keep from cursing. And I had already been there like 5 hours, so I was like, I'm not no accessing this, unless he continues to be aggressive. But he, you know, he continued to be angry, but his wife kind of diffused the situation a bit, or tried to. She was like, y'all both need to chill out. You just need to stop. Both of you need to stop. And I was like, oh no, I don't need to do anything. He needs to not talk to me like that. She was like, both of you just quit. And so, I should have thrown that over quicker. But, anyway, that's about the size. Look at this guy's batting stance.
That's weird.
He's threatening. He's going to put his whole dick in it. Anyway, so eventually, you know, everything calmed down, and I just kind of continued sticking sensors on doors. And eventually... Crap. That's a throwing error. That is all me. Crap. I'm streaming here. Anyway. Okay, that should do it. Just get it over to first and done. Okay. But towards the end of the installation, she came out and she was just like, I am so sorry. I really want to apologize. And I was like, it's okay. You know, I kind of snapped back at you too. I understand you guys are tired from moving. She's like, no, but that's no excuse. You know, he shouldn't have acted like that. And I said, look, I had it coming. And she was like, what do you mean? You were... And I was like, no, not from today. About 2 years ago, I did that to someone at a shoe store. And this was my receipt.
That's true, you did.
I mean, never mind the fact that the dude straight up lied to me and my blood sugar was low. But honestly, you know, that's not how you handle those situations. But everybody occasionally slips up. I guess not everybody, but it's not unusual for people to, you know, get that kind of angry and take out... What an ephus. Take out their frustration on the person who's standing in front of them. And, you know, big surprise. Ooh! Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Get out of here. Yeah! It's a 2-run shot. That'll bust it open a little bit. Oh, the shoe store story? Don't worry, I'm getting to it. But, well, yeah, there's nothing else really to get to. I finished the install and everything was set up and the lady was nice to me. And when I was walking out the door, she was like, Dan, you need to say thank you to him. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And I was just like, yeah, you guys have a good day. Enjoy your services. Good luck with the rest of the move. And he just looked at me and silently waved. But yeah, with the shoe store... Joe had been having a lot of trouble with her work shoes. Like, you know, you buy like a pair of tennis shoes and then they wear out because they're not designed to be work shoes, but she's very particular about what's comfortable. And I'd suggested, like, I get my work shoes at Red Wing. They fit them to your feet, like they measure your feet. And they have a selection of different insoles. Like, maybe you should look into that. So she said, okay. Damn. Down swinging. Anyway, so we go to the shoe store because I need new work boots, or like I'm going to pick them up from being cleaned or something. And the fella there gets me set up with mine. No, everybody run! That was bull crap. That was a glitch. Everybody saw it. It was a glitch. It's a perfect video game. Nothing wrong with it. Anyway, so, dude, is showing us shoes, and he, you know, gets me fitted in mine, and I'm like, yep, these are the same as last time, this is fine. And then he shows some to Joe, and I'm like, what do you think? And she's like, I don't know, I mean, I think I could work in these. And he says to us, you know, you can wear them for a week, and you can still bring them back. And I was like, yeah, that's one of the best things about Red Wing, is you can, you know, try out the shoes and see if they're what you're looking for, and then you can bring them back. And so, of course, they're not quite what she's looking for in a working shoe. All right, let's get another run around. Anyway, so we go to take them back, and I think Michael was with us, and we were going to pick up Wings, which was right next to the shoe store. And my sugar was low, and, you know, I was driving, and, you know, everything was pretty okay. But, you know, we go in, and the grandest of home runs! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Tack another 4 on the board! Grand slam by Tony Graffinino. All right.
Good job, Tony.
Let's continue the hit parade, Andres. Anyway, so we go in there, and he's like, what's going on? And I said, hey, bud, we wanted to bring these back. They weren't quite what she was looking for. And he was like, oh, you wanted to bring those back? And I was like, yes. You know, like, you... Jeez, 103, he's gassing it. Did they change pitchers? I didn't miss that, did I?
I didn't see it.
He really put some pepper on that one.
If baseball games were this exciting, I would watch more of them.
I'm glad you're having a decent time. Oh, and Neon Dion's absolutely going to hit just straight into a double play, even though there's only one out yet. He's going to get the third and fourth out because he always chokes. And there's out number 3, and there's out number 4. 7 in that frame. That's what I call insurance runs. But, anyway. Baseball team in real life that was this good. Yeah, I mean, let alone one that was as good as I am on Rookie. But I'm like, yes, I'd like to return these shoes because you said she could try them at work and then bring them back. He's like, you can't bring back those shoes. And it's the same guy. And I'm like, I'm sorry. When we purchased like $300 worth of boots. Mine are great. Thank you for that. You know, I appreciate the help. That was me throwing over to the covering second baseman, and he hadn't gotten there yet. That's what that noise was. But anyway, he's like, "No, you can't return those shoes." And I was like, "Why not?" And he was like, "Well, those aren't Red Wing brand shoes." And I was like, "Well, that's not what you said last week when we were here." And he was like, "Have they been worn?" And I was like, "Hardly. She wore them like once or twice to work, and you know, she's not a construction worker. She's not ripping through the mud, and there's like little flecks of dust and like some cat hair on them." And he's like, "Yeah, these have been worn. You can't return these." And I was like, "You said we could work in them for a week and then bring them back if we weren't happy." And he was like, "Yeah, that's only Red Wing brand." I was like, "You didn't say that!" And he was like, "Sir, I need you to calm down." I was like, "I need you to take these fucking shoes and these expensive-ass socks back that you sold me because I don't think I want to do business with you any at all anymore. I'll just order them online. I don't give a shit. You told me I could bring these fucking shoes back, and now you're not taking back the fucking shoes. That's $150. That's fucking like a quarter of a week of work for me that you said I could bring back if I wasn't satisfied. And I'm not satisfied, and I'm getting way more unsatisfied as this continues to go on." He's like, "Sir, I can't return those. They're not Red Wing brand. They've been worn." I was like, you can't even tell that they've been worn. Look, what? Because it's got little flecks of dust on it, and I went to like clean it, and one of their shoe cleaners was like, "Sir, you can't use that for that." And I was like, "You will take back these shoes." And he was like, I will not, and you have to leave the store." And also, this is one of those like depressing, quiet work boot stores where one person spends their 8 hours of their day doing basically nothing, and when somebody comes in, it's like one person. But here's the thing. He said I could return the shoes. But, yeah, so, despite the fact that he did lie to me, which I did not recount, I was like, "You fucking lied to me, you fucking liar!" Because you said I could bring back these shoes, and now you're saying I can't bring back the shoes. But that's not how you handle those situations. In my head, I was consciously like, maybe if I'm a huge Karen about it, because I'm legitimately in the right, I'll get what I want, but I didn't. And Jo still has those boots, and she never wears them because they're not comfortable. Who knows? Maybe hopefully they'll be useful in some future time.
Anybody women's size 9 in the chat?
But yeah, so I told the lady, yeah, I had that coming to me.
Or men's size 6.5.
I was like, I shouldn't treat people like that, and I was owed a receipt, and it took 2 years for the karma police to show up and arrest this man, but
Yeah, you deserved it.
it happened. That's how I got yelled at by a boomer today, and that's...
Assaulted that shoe cleaner.
Zach's apparently double that shoe size. I wonder if that translates into like inches, if it's actually twice as big. Zach, you're not like a 14, are you? I was in Ross today. I've been to like so many different Rosses. I want a pair of red shoes to match all my Braves gear that I've been wearing lately. I have these busted ass Jordans that are okay, but you know, they're busted ass. They're falling apart. Yeah, I'm a 13 most of the time, but not at Ross, because apparently at Ross, if there are shoes that fit me, they're giant baseball cleats, and guess what? I already have a pair. Not all these really cool looking Champion, Puma, like all these different awesome, cool looking brands of red shoes that will not fit me. Yeah, take it. I love catching it at the wall. It almost never works for me. Yeah, it's a good thing. My mom, I was telling my mom, I was like, there's all these, oh yeah, because you work there, that's right. I'm like, there's always these cool shoes at Ross, and they never fit me. And she was like, it's okay, Brady, Ross is for little Asian people. Which is even more hilarious because it's completely untrue. She was just trying to make me feel better. Because I have big old flippers. I thought about making the grandma noise for that one, but I was like, it's not getting out of here. It's not gonna happen.
I have a baseball question.
Yes.
Is the font color of home run depend on what team gets the home run, or is it always blue?
I think that's more a this game question.
Sorry, yes, a this game baseball question.
I think it's always blue. The score number changes colors. Shit! I don't do that very often. You gotta hit ZR as soon as the camera angle changes or you'll get thrown out. And grounded into what will likely... Nope, just one.
Brady, did your mom say something about Metallica being fat?
No, that was Tree Fort. There was a... Ben, I'd tell you, but you wouldn't understand. I hit that ephus. I hit that ephus right into front of the center fielder. Yeah, Tree Fort had a song called Why Do Fat Kids Like Metallica? Why do fat kids like Metallica? Why do skinny pricks like Green Day? That's one of those bands that it's like, I have known that song for over half of my life. I was 15 years old doing that crap. Is the gameplay different in those two parts of Silver Case? Is it like, you know, a rail shooter and then like Frogger?
What is Silver Case?
Silver Case is, I mean, Zach could definitely tell you more about it, but it's a Suda51 game, and he's playing it mostly because Suda recommends playing it before you play No More Heroes 3. Because I'm guessing that he's going to intertwine a bunch of stuff, kind of like in Travis Strikes Again. Which we talked about last time on stream. I did enjoy everything about that game but the game. Music was great, story was great, art was great. The game, not so much. I'm really glad that you gave me your old Switch when Animal Crossing came out so I could play it, because if I had bought a Switch to play Travis Strikes Again, just like when I bought a DS to play Flower, Sun, and Rain, I would have been disappointed. Boop. Yeah, I was worrying that I don't know, I was worried friggin' real Braves are losing against the real Blue Jays. I was like, I got a good story to tell on the stream tonight. And I hope I don't suck at baseball while I'm telling it. Because I need some positives after a day like that. I'm drinking for the first time in ages. Not much, just having a beer, but felt like I needed it. Definitely felt like I needed it. Yeah, Ben, you were pretty good at Travis Strikes Again. I think I just kept dying for a stupid reason in whatever part we were in. And that's what Ken Griffey Jr. was known for, just dribbling one out into the mid-infield and making it to first. But, yeah, it's really fun to play with people. And I guess really fun is a stretch. It's very fun to play with people. I had a lot of fun playing it with Marcus. I had a lot of fun playing it with you, but playing it alone, I'm just like, It's fun to have something with local co-op in this age of internet nonsense.
Just just makes me think of your seizure.
Travis Strikes Again.
Yeah.
Was that like right after it came out?
Yeah, you stayed home for like a week or two, and that's all you did.
I remember having you bring it to the hospital.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know how long I was going to be there. I knew that I was in the hospital, and the last time I was in the hospital, I was there for a couple days. Oof. I'm going to swap him out. He's getting tired. Who do we put in? Let's put in... Got a couple men on base. Gonna have to be Javi Lopez. Joe, do you know what just happened?
Did you switch a pitcher? What did you do?
Okay, so what I have just done is put in a pinch hitter. Pitchers are typically not very good hitters. So oftentimes, especially in clutch situations, that's baseball talk for important. Ooh! Ooh, look at Javi. Ooh, look at Javi Lopez coming up with the home run. Oh! Ho, 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 ho.
I guess that was a good choice.
Yes. So basically, when you switch a pitcher out of the game, he's out of the game for the rest of the game. And he was getting really tired. And I had two people on base. And I was like, I need a better hitter than my tired-ass pitcher here. I need someone who's going to put the ball in play, maybe get some extra runs in. And Javi Lopez just came up and crushed it. So, that was good. Silvercase so far is way more grounded than Suda's other things. Yeah, I guess. But, you know, he came up with that idea recently, to be fair. The whole Sudaverse thing. He was probably like, Marvel is doing it. Okay, and see, now I have to have somebody pitch, and Javi Lopez is not a pitcher, so it's going to have me swap out for a reliever. We're going to put in Bartolo Colon, who I got as a free agent, because this was before he was even, like, really anybody. He's a very famous pitcher, storied career now. Spent a lot of years with the Mets. Actually, he was with the Braves for a cup of coffee. It was weird for me to see him in a Braves uniform after being so... I mean, I hate the Mets. They're my least favorite team in the NL East. My most bitter rival to the Braves. But Bartolo Colon is a great pitcher, despite the fact that he's fat! Here he is not, because it was years ago. But he's a big fella now. And he was always interesting to watch. I remember once I saw somebody hit a comebacker at him. And, like, if you have a really agile young pitcher, you know, they'll flash the leather out and they'll catch a comebacker and be really amazing. He just dropped straight to his ass. The friggin' bullet of a ball just whizzed right over him for a hit. You know, I've thought about it because, Ben... Real sports baseball is pretty good. I can't remember how it works, though. I've played it before and I liked it. It's very intuitive for, you know, one button and stick baseball. But I'll have to give it a look. And also, I'll probably have to run it through the dang VCR if I want to play it on the stream. But that's doable. I can make that happen. All right, 7th inning stretch. Time for you to get up and stretch them out. 20 hits already. Jeez. I hiccuped so much when I was drinking that beer. There was a big pause there in my stream of talk, and it was just like. But I am enjoying it. Out of my Thrasher's koozie.
Beer-flavored beer.
Yes, it is. Miller Lite, in case anybody was interested. I've gotten to the point with beer where I almost never drink anymore. And I almost never want a drink. And half the time I think I do, I don't. So I will open a beer, and I'll have a sip of it, and I'll be like, oh, I didn't want this. That's 2. That's 2 bags at least. Yeah, that's going to be 2. Was thinking about stretching it out for a triple with this ridiculous lead, but no need.
Batting second, the
You're off this week, Ben.
Yeah, it's Golden Week. Ben is off for the same reason that I spent $50 on titty booby games. Boo! What? What did you just say?
Break card laser disc thing.
Break card. I have no idea what you're talking about. Somebody type it in the chat.
Now batting, the center
I like the break. Oh, I think what he means is like he likes how I'm using the laser discs as interstitials.
Oh.
I think that's what he means by break card.
Yeah.
Boo!
Stop hitting them. That's not nice.
batting fifth.
This was also before intentional walks. It's like, I don't want to throw him something he can hit. I'll just hit him. Then I'll have to take a walk. Nowadays, in baseball, you can literally just point your finger and be like, I want the runner to advance. I don't want to pitch to this guy. Which I think sucks.
Batting sixth, the shortstop.
Because if you want to pass somebody, you should have to pitch around him. Give him the opportunity to take it for a ride. I don't like that about new baseball rules. I wish that was fair. It's not. Stream Fortnite. I had a really crazy idea about, like, I'm going to get a video switcher and 100 video cameras, and I'm going to stream Mahjong.
Jesus.
I mean, it's doable.
You can just play it digitally.
Well, sure, but that's not as dumb.
Yeah, you're right.
It would be cool. And interesting.
If somebody had to watch me play Mahjong, they'd have to watch me stop for snacks every 10 seconds.
Well, I'm not saying that's not part of the reason that I decided not to, but I'm also not saying it is.
No, we did not order the Mahjong table.
Yeah, unfortunately not. It was just too expensive. Split 4 ways with me paying like an extra $100. It was still going to be like $200 a person. And I've had some other excellent present friends who were like, "Oh, I'll help you pay for it." I'm like, you don't even come and play that often. I would feel bad, but yeah, I'm not broken up about it. But you know, maybe next year for taxes, or maybe not. Who cares? We got a porch to build. We'll do that instead for now. I am getting a bonus this week, which is nice. Don't know how much for yet, but more is good.
Yeah, that too. It's hard to decide what to do in Mahjong, and you feel bad.
Wait. What? Were you talking to somebody in the chat, or?
Yeah.
Keep me informed.
Oh, sorry. Talking about when you contemplate your move in Mahjong for way too long.
Oh, sure. Well, it's not that big a deal amongst us friends, American people who only really play with each other.
I thought the other stimulus rumor was just if you lost your job last year and you didn't qualify and then you filed your taxes and they saw you did qualify, then they would send you a stimulus.
Oh, jeez. In a jam now. See if I can get around it.
Batting fifth, the second baseman.
Just need a bloop or a ground ball.
A can of beans.
Ah. Got him in a rundown. Got him in a rundown. Yeah! I won the rundown!
Good job, I know what that is.
Well, I had him caught between third and home. I probably should have just thrown out the runner at first, but it wouldn't have been as exciting, so I'm glad I didn't.
Now playing shortstop.
This is a good stream. I'm having a good time.
Now pitching, Randy Myers.
And I'm glad you guys enjoyed those interstitials. The stimulus, the Biden bucks I got, one of the things I did was bought a bunch of
The pitcher, Bartolo Colon.
basically laser discs that nobody's gonna fuss about the copyright on. And I was like, I'm gonna play these on the channel when I'm taking a dump or getting a shower before I start or whatever. That'll be fun. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. And yes, just to reiterate verbally, they are playing from a real Laserdisc player, which is pretty cool. I had some VHS baseball footage playing the other day. Technically, it's super copyrighted because the video was released by the MLB, but I really don't think they're going to care. And also, that's going to be 2. Damn. I had a tape that was like a best of the worst scam tape. It's like baseball bloopers, and it has a host who like opens the tape and he's like, baseball is the game of the barrel of God has been good to do, and then it just plays footage of mildly humorous baseball antics to like royalty-free music for a really long time, and I was like, well, this will be perfect. But the VCR is just not having it with that shitty old tape. Let's put in Birdie to close.
Now pitching, Paul Bird.
If you ever watch the Braves on TV, he's the guy with the thick rimmed glasses and like the Guy Fieri spiked hair. Is this guy who I'm playing as who's pitching now, Paul Bird.
He still plays?
No, he's a television personality for them. But Bartolo Colon, who was pitching before, either still plays or just recently retired. I don't know who he's playing for right now. He might have gotten traded again. But I haven't heard of his playing in a couple of years. But he might still play. Alrighty. Blue Jays are down to their last out to get 11 runs.
I believe in them.
Crunch time.
Those birds are going to fly.
Oh, shit. That's not that big a deal. I can handle a base runner. That's always the hardest part of this game is when they hit it to short. I'm never sure if it's going to be to short. And I always feel like it's going to go closer to third or closer to second. And I end up pushing the stick in the wrong direction. But you know what? I still am winning 12-1. And I win 12-1. Just plays horrific videos for 45 minutes. Maybe, Zach, I'll have to check about what's going on. Oh yeah, going to like the special interest section, Mike, and picking out those anime movies that your parents ground you over. Or like shark documentaries or weird stuff like that. I think that's how I saw the Guyver the first time. It's been forever since I've seen the Guyver. I know you got real excited about that just now, but I don't remember almost anything about it. Well, not a bad game there. For sure. Oh, I don't think I was ever actually grounded over an anime, but I do remember when I got the Trigun box set, my mom was like, they curse? I was like, yep, occasionally they do. And she was just like, that's weird. Also, one time I brought Transformers the movie to daycare, and, oh shit, what are we gonna do now wasn't in the VHS version, but I did get sent to the daycare principal's office over Open, damn it, Open, when he's trying to open the Matrix of Leadership. So, anyway, it's 9 o'clock. I gotta get something to eat, and I gotta get to bed, because tomorrow is truck day. But thanks for hanging out, everybody. Yes, Bartolo Colon. I'll have to send you that video where he falls to his butt. Maybe put it on the end of the VOD and upload it to YouTube. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, everybody. And we will see you next time. I remember it is for